heavyweight speaker. One is Encik Haris Ibrahim Abu. And also we have Mr. Lim Lek Eng, the candidate from Selangor will be coming. Please stay with us. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum. Salam sejahtera. Ni hao. Nak cakap bahasa Inggeris ke bahasa Melayu? Bahasa Melayu, ha? Bahasa Mandarin, bahasa Tamil, I only know the bad words. So tonight no bad words lah. Cakap bahasa Melayu, okay. Okay, kita campur lah, ha? Campur, okay. Ais kacang. Yeah, nations love ais kacang. Let me tell you a little bit about Abu and why I'm in Abu. 20 years I was working as a lawyer in the courts. I cari makan in the courts. 2009, saya anak Perak, I'm from Perak. 2009, Najib rampas kuasa di Perak secara haram. Kes itu telah dibawa ke Mahkamah Tinggi. Dato' Aziz, Hakim Mahkamah Tinggi, pada pendapat saya, buat satu keputusan yang menepati undang-undang termaktub. He made a decision which was in accordance with the law. Zamri appealed to the Court of Appeal and the Federal Court, and we all know how they decided. And it was then I realized the courts are no longer there to defend the rights of the rakyat. Then a second incident, and this one, my friends, really hurt. And 2008, 2009 January, I was in Kuala Terengganu for the by-election. I was told by William Leong, YB of Selayang, about the problem of indiscipline of a young 12-year-old Malay student in Selayang. And this is what it was. Anak budak ni umur 12, hari-hari kelas terakhir tu hilang, dia pondek, cabut daripada kelas. Sudah kena rotan, sudah kena kelas disiplin, detention, macam-macam. Masalah tu berterusan. Hari-hari last period dia pondek, hilang. Finally, guru besar dengan cikgu disiplin tarik dia masuk pejabat, cakap, adik, kalau hari ini tidak ada explanation, penjelasan yang kita boleh terima, hari ini juga kena buang sekolah. Adik ni nangis. Dia nangis, lepas tu dia beritahu guru besar. Dia kata, hari-hari last period, saya terpaksa keluar cikgu, saya panjat pagar sekolah, saya lari balik rumah, bagi abang saya baju sekolah dengan kasut, supaya dia boleh hadir sesi petang. He has to run home to give his school uniform and his school shoes to his elder brother to attend the afternoon session. My friends, this is not just happening to the Malays. The Indians, the Chinese, the Ibans, the Kadazans, the Dayaks, the Murut, the orang asli. It was then that I decided I had enough. I had enough. This is a rich country. I closed my law firm. I sold my home in Pahang, and I've come back to KL, and together with my friends in Abu, we said we will work with the Rakyat to bury UMNO and Barisan Nasional. It is time. Ubah. Time to ubah. We are a rich country. Yes. 1970, this is government statistics. 50% of the rakyat poor. Doesn't matter Malay, Chinese. We have to stop thinking in terms of Malay, Chinese, Indian. Can we do that? Yes. Can we do that? Yes. Kita semua anak bangsa Malaysia. Yes. 1970, 50% poor. 1973, Tun Razak, the father of our current caretaker Prime Minister. The father was cleverer than the son. The son got a medical problem. No, this is not funny. Medical problem. You Chinese, the Cantonese call this No, what? Hamsam. Hamsam. Tengok bini orang, saya mau. Tengok girlfriend orang, saya mau. Ini problem dia. Kata kucing. Anyway, he have a Hamsa problem, so after 5th May, after 6th May, never mind, he can go for medical treatment. Unemployed. His father came up with Dasar Ekonomi Baru, and the idea was to eradicate poverty and eradicate the difference between the haves and the have-nots. 1974, Petronas was created. Malaysia became an oil-producing country. Oil-producing country, my friends. 1974 to 2009, 35 years. You know how much went into the federal coffers? Berapa masuk tangan kerajaan pusat daripada industri minyak dengan gas? Antara 2 dengan 3 trilion. Between 2 and 3 trillion. You can't even imagine what is 1 trillion. 1 trillion is 1, the numeral 1, diikuti dengan 12 kosong. Kalau nak bayangkan berapa besar jumlah duit itu, 1 trillion will pay the cost in full of 25 million low-cost houses. My friends, none of our people should be living in huts that are ready to collapse. Singapore has nothing. No oil, no gas, no timber, no kelapa sawit, no getah. Our water they buy, our sand they steal. But last year's report, August, they are the richest nation in the world per capita. World Bank report, November 2010. Sabah is the poorest state. Siapa suka 4 nombor ekor? Ini hari saja 2 angka. CAR 66. Please remove your car. Thank you. 125 million, yeah, Singapore. Sabah is now the poorest state in Malaysia. My friends, this is wrong. Sabah is blessed with natural resources. Sarawak, you know, 2009, I was in Batangai for the by-election in the Long House. A family of 9. This is our people, a family of 9 live on 150 a month. Last time they can go into the back, the hutan at the back, to cari makan, cari petai, cari apa-apa lah ulam. Now got no more hutan. All in the right Mahmud's bank account. Our people are living in this. We live here in gated communities. We don't see this. We laugh sometimes. Anak, why they jual dia undi RM50? Dia suka jual undi. Try to live in their situation. This has to end. And my friends, PRU 13 adalah satu peluang yang amat cerah untuk kita mulakan proses memulihkan hidup 40% saudara mara kita. Boleh atau tidak boleh? Boleh. The last 2 months I have been travelling through the country. Saya dah pergi ke Melaka, ke Kulim, Pasir Salak, Sungai Petani, Melaka lah, Kuala Nerus di Terengganu, Bacok ke Terek. I have been travelling through the constituencies. I have gone to the Felda schemes. Felda is no longer UMNO's fixed deposit. No longer. Orang Felda sudah sedia untuk buat perubahan. Orang kampung pun sudah sedia untuk buat perubahan. Abu has come out with, yes sir, Abu bawa kita punya risalah. Saya rasa malam ni yang ada terima tak? Risalah Abu ada tak? Ada. Harga barang naik ada terima tak? Kalau you buka habis-habis, tengok Big Mama kat tengah-tengah tu, tunjuk kat orang kampung, dia kata, alah ini kita sudah tahu dengan cincin dia 24 juta. The news has reached the kampungs. Keterlaluan kerajaan di kampung. But my friends, I want to share this with you. The last 3 days, I have been receiving intelligence reports from Sabah. I don't want to say the other two, but the third one is from UMNO itself. We are going to win this election by 125 seats. 125 seats. Now, don't expect PN, a dying dog, anjing sudah mau mati, tengah mau mati, they will fight back. Don't expect them not to fight back, and they are going to fight dirty. Cerita terbaru diulang semula. Kalau Pakatan menang, undang-undang hudud akan dilaksanakan, dan this will become an Islamic state. Betul or not? Anybody here worried? Cakap jujur. Worried or not? No. Can't hear you. No. Actually, let me tell you, it's a stupid story, and I will explain to you why. Last election, PAS contested about 60-65 seats. PAS menang 23. UMNO bertanding ratusan kursi, dia hanya menang 79. 79 plus 23 is 102. Cannot form government. Even if lah kita dok takut bayang-bayang besok lepas keputusan PRU, UMNO dengan PAS katalah mulakan unity talks. 79 plus 23 is 102. The Malay Muslim PKR MPs only 18. 102 plus 18 is 120. Now, in order to amend the constitution, you need 2/3, 148. Impossible for them to amend the constitution. And don't forget, if they start doing unity talks, the Christian MPs, the Catholic MPs in Sabah and Sarawak will get out of PN. Betul? So this is cerita dongeng untuk menakutkan kaum Cina. But I want to ask you today, kita takut dengan UMNO PN kah? Kita takut dengan Najib kah? Kita tidak takut sama dia. Dia patut takut dengan rakyat. Pasal dengan rakyat. Now, kawan-kawan di sini semua tak percaya sebab kita bijak. Kita hari-hari baca berita alternatif, betul? Tapi kawan-kawan kita di kampung, in the new villages, mungkin dia tidak ada akses internet. Abu telah keluarkan risalah, satu komik bahasa Mandarin. Dalam komik itu, Lao Tzu marah sama Chua Soleh, you banyak hamsam pada bodoh. You banyak hamsam pada bodoh. Okay, dan in that comic, we have a Mandarin and we have an English version. It explains in simple language why Chua Soleh and MCA make Chinese angry. MCA not make Chinese angry. It's talking nonsense. Now, I want to ask your help. Download, print, take to your friends who do not have access to the internet. Boleh atau tidak boleh? Boleh. Jangan saja cakap boleh sini, sudah banyak sudah lupa. That is the first, the hudud that they're trying to scare us with. Yang kedua, kawan-kawan, saya ini dengar daripada orang UMNO sendiri. Minggu depan, you mau pergi itu Sri Kota supermarket, mau beli beras, dia cakap, sorry, beras sold out. Gula, sorry, sudah sold out. Tepung, sold out. Dia mau kasih kita takut. Dia mau kasih kita takut, kita ingat, ayoh, orang sudah beli barang simpan rumah sebab they are expecting trouble. When people takut, dia harap-harap lah. People don't come out to vote. This is what they are planning to do. Now, again, I cannot speak to some of the people in the villages because whilst I'm travelling, mustahil mau pergi semua tempat. Minta sekarang, ini tugas kamu. Kita semua ada SMS. Ada betul? Yeah. I want you to SMS your friends in the villages and tell them, jangan percaya ini punya cerita dongeng daripada UMNO PN. Boleh? Dia mau kasih takut sama rakyat, tapi rakyat tidak takut lagi sama UMNO Barisan Nasional. Yeah. Please tell your friends this. They are going to do one more thing. Kita semua dengar ini dokumentari Tanda Putra. Ada dengar?
Ada.
Siapa ada tengok? Belum kan?
Lagi cerita dongeng.
Tapi ini cerita jahat, brother. Ini cerita jahat. Kita dengar, mungkin malam sebelum hari mengundi atau 2 malam sebelum hari mengundi, dokumentari ini akan ditayang di semua channel TV. Tujuan dia mau nak menanam perasaan benci dengan orang Melayu terhadap orang Cina. Saya merayulah kepada saudara mara saya yang ada di sini pada malam ini yang beragama Islam. Islam tidak menghalalkan pemecahan kaum. Islam does not countenance the breaking up of people based on race. We are supposed to be one. We are different so that we can come together and enjoy our differences. UMNO PN tidak mau ini. Dia tidak mau kita bersatu. Kita mesti menentang dia. Saya minta sekali lagi tuan-tuan dan puan-puan, minggu depan, Monday, Abu sudah keluarkan satu video hanya 3 minit untuk memberi warning kepada orang ini niat jahat dia. Kita akan naikkan pada hari Isnin YouTube dengan Facebook. Minta tolong viral. Tell our friends, tell our family, do not believe this rubbish. Boleh? Now, Presakop is very right. Taman Seputeh got the biggest majority in Malaysia. But do you think you are safe? No. Are you safe? No. Yesterday we saw in FMT flights coming in from Sabah. On Facebook we saw photographs of Bangladeshis in green t-shirts queuing up at immigration. Yes. Of course people are saying green t-shirt, maybe they're here to support PAS. No way. Now, Abu office is, by the way, just around the corner here. So every time I have my lunch at the Mama stall in front of Sri Kota, I see a lot of Bangladeshis. I see a lot of Indons. We have no problem with them coming here to cari makan, betul tak? Tapi undi dan hak mengundi adalah hak mutlak rakyat saja, betul? Betul? Adakah kita sanggup hak kita untuk mengundi dicabul oleh orang asing? Tidak. Ya atau tidak? Are we prepared to defend our polling stations? Yes. Macam ni saja dah, apalah. Now, Abu has formed a squad tahan for Seputeh. What is squad tahan? TAHAN stands for Tim Abu Halang Asing Undi. Now, their job on polling day is to look out for foreigners being brought in and trying to get into the polling stations to vote. I want to ask your assistance. You don't have to be part of Squad Tahan. Why? Because The guys are well trained. We have trained them well, they are disciplined, and they are not there to start violence. I assure you of this. But they are there to defend your right to decide who represents you in Parliament. Now I ask you this help. On the 5th of May, can you come out early to vote? After you have voted, don't go back yet. Boleh tak? Tolong jangan sini cakap boleh-boleh. Orang selalu macam tu tau. Kalau cakap boleh ini hari ini malam ada janji antara kita. Can you stay back to defend your polling stations? Now this is what I mean. This is what I mean. Now the squad tahan, if they identify someone, they will approach the person. They want to see my card. Actually, it shouldn't be a problem. All of you staying in gated communities here, your condos, got security guard or not?
Yes.
Foreigner or not?
Yes.
Most of them foreigner, right?
Betul.
Your guests come, they ask to see IC or not?
Yes.
So you expect your guests to cooperate, isn't it?
Yes.
So the squad tahan is also doing the same thing. Here your gated community, there is your polling station. So they see somebody who look like maybe, hey, this fellow look like a Bollywood movie star. So he go and say, hey, let's see your IC. And he show. And the squad tahan fellow not satisfied. Boleh nyanyi negaraku? Kan sing properly. Alamak, ini bukan orang Malaysia. So his job will be, saudara, hak mengundi hanya dengan orang Malaysia. You bukan orang Malaysia. Ini satu penipuan. Kasih you 1 minit keluar saja. Give him 1 minute. Yeah. Fair or not? Yeah. 1 minit dia tak mau keluar. Tiba-tiba you dengar orang cakap, ada orang bangga mau curi undi. You hear that? Don't run the other direction. Don't. Go there. Have a big crowd round. Okay? Actually, if you have a big crowd at the polling station through the day, dia orang tengok pun sudah takut. This is what we want to do. Can you give me your word here tonight? You will defend your polling station.
Yes.
Now, Abu has printed amaran. We have a printed warning to the foreigners in 4 different languages. In Bengali for the Banglas, Bahasa Indian for the Indonesians, Bahasa Myanmar, and Bahasa Urdu for the Pakistanis. We have distributed 300,000 so far. My colleagues in Abu are here. Can you pass me one, please? My colleagues in Abu are here tonight walking amongst you, distributing this. You have about 8 days. 8 days to polling. My friends, even if they are not going to vote here, if they are going to vote in Lembah Pantai, give them the warning here. You see a foreigner, I did this just now, I finished my ceramah in Brickfields for Nurul. I came out to go to my car. It was parked near the bus stop. I saw 6 Banglas. Sorry? I went to my booth. I took out. I went and get them. By the time I finished with the 6, the first fella asked me, oh, this one I received already. Then he asked me,
what's the issue?
You are not police. You have power to do this. I said, wah, ini mau lawan toke. I said, saya orang Malaysia, you orang mana? Saya Bangladesh. Ini surat cakap apa? Sini jangan undi. You ada hak undi bang di sini kah? Tak ada. Tak ada tahu jangan panjang cerita. Kita cuma cakap cara baik. Hak rakyat Malaysia, you jangan cuba curi. My friends, can you do this? Can you photostat? Keep with you. You see foreigners, tell them nicely, give them and say, look, don't come out on polling day. I heard just now the last gentleman, I don't understand, but someone translated to me. He said, all of you who are taukes, who have foreigners working in your shops, in your factories, tell them, overtime. Alright, overtime. It is safer for them to work in the office than to come to the polling station. I promise you that. Now, Abu is not here just for PRU 13. This is my pledge to the rakyat of Malaysia. Help us to form a new federal government, and this is my pledge to you, that I, together with my team, my friends, my colleagues in Abu, will continue to work to bring about the reforms this country needs. What are those reforms, my friend? Number one, I already mentioned just now to you, no more race-based politics. Betul? Kita semua rakyat Malaysia, one people, one nation, all equal. Betul atau tidak? Your great-grandfathers came from China, great-grandfathers came from India, worked to build this country, build these roads, build these mines. We are all equal. I pledge with you to work with the new government to end race-based politics in this country. Number two, 1963, reform Malaysia. By the entry of Singapore, Sarawak and North Borneo, that time called North Borneo, now called Sabah, together with the Federation of Malaya to form Malaysia. My friends, I only discovered in early 2010 that I was lied to in school and for all of my life. I was told Sabah and Sarawak are the 12th and 13th states. They were never intended to be the 12th and 13th states. They were supposed to be independent sovereign countries. Now, the implications are serious. Amat serious. Now, if they are independent countries, the oil and gas is 100% theirs. Betul atau tidak? If you own your shop in Srikota, but you agree to rukun tetangga, the barang in the shop is still yours. It doesn't become the share of your neighbors. For the last 50 years, the rakyat of Sabah and Sarawak have been cheated by UMNO Barisan Nasional. Now, I think if we are interested in justice, then justice must apply equally across the South China Sea. Yes or not? Yes! I ask you, and I pledge to you this, I pledge this to the people of Sabah and Sarawak. With the new federal government, I will work to see that justice is finally done for the people of Sabah and Sarawak. Oh, by the way, my friends in Abu are walking around there with one abong. We need money for the documents, for the risalah we are printing. Yes. Please help us out. Any amount you give goes towards fighting this war with UMNO BN. Thank you. I didn't say thank you because I finished it. I got finished it. Number three. We want our institutions back. The judiciary. I used to go to court wearing a robe. Now I wear this. Why? I'm ashamed of the robe. The judiciary belongs to Najib and Co. Sounds like a law firm, isn't it? It's not. We must have our judiciary back. Independent the way it was before Mahathir said Tun Saleh. And we want a judiciary that is not pro-Pakatan Rakyat but pro-Rakyat. Betul? Last but to me the most important, the new federal government must begin, and this must be priority, to end the daily suffering of the 40% marginalized Malaysians. It has to stop. This is a rich country. Now, in this regard, I am very saddened. I'm very, very saddened by the actions of my friend Vedamurti in Hindraf. sleeping with the devil. We need to end race politics, but they want it to continue. Look, if Abu starts to champion only the rights of the Chinese and hinder the rights of the Indians, and then another NGO comes out to defend the right of the Orang Asli, then another one for the Kadazan, the Iban, the Dayak, this is a new Barisan Nasional. That is the PN formula. It has to stop. We Malaysians, the 60% must fight for the rights of the 40%. Can we do that? Can we do that? Now I pledge to do this. Will the people of Seputeh give me the mandate to work with the new federal government? Give me your mandate tonight. Boleh atau tidak boleh? Kawan-kawan, 5 hari bulan 5 merupakan hari bersejarah. InsyaAllah, by God's grace, rakyat berganding bahu. We lock our arms. We take this fight to UMNO PN. We are telling them again tonight, kita tidak takut sama you. Kita akan kuburkan UMNO Barisan Nasional.
Bubarkan UMNO.
Hidup rakyat! Hidup rakyat!
Hidup rakyat.
Hidup rakyat!
Hidup rakyat.
Sekian. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My friends, God be with us on the 5th of May. Thank you and good night.
Thank you. Well done. Thank you very much. We have one more heavyweight speaker, Mr. Lim Leng Eng. Just before this, I would like to advertise again one more time. ABU is NGO. They do not belong to any party, and they are getting the public fund to print, to distribute to everybody. And just how you heard that they have printed 300,000 copies, and there are more things that they have had distributed to everybody, and also they're coming on with more things. Please help, donate, and ABU staff, please go around. Please have any amount, it's okay, any amount, just this, please.